This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this Starcraft Launch Model 21FBS. Okay, I'm on the door side of the trailer at the rear. So I just want to show you right here. There's a quick connect to hook up an LP appliance, a grill or griddle or whatever you have. Make sure it has to be a low pressure appliance. Make sure you get that. Okay. You have a power awning with an LED strip. Power on the outside. This is your water heater. Keep in mind that the switches to operate it are inside the trailer. Okay. This is your drain plug right here to drain it. This is your range hood vent right here. If you're going to vent using your range hood fan, you want to open this up like this so it flaps freely and can vent to the outside. Otherwise, you're going to keep the baffle shut. Okay. You have a 3/4 inch crank here for your stabilizer jacks. This is just a hookup if you wanted to purchase a solar battery charger, just a solar panel to charge your battery. That's where it would plug in. The smaller crank right here is in case your power tongue jack was to fail. You can pull this plug here and you can crank it manually. Okay. Your deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks. Your slide out is a Schwintech by Lippert. It's the type of slide out that you have. Okay. This is your water station here. You're just going to hook your hose right up under here. Okay. Then if you look at the diagram here, if the lever is in this position, it's going to be the city water hookup. So you just turn on the water and you're ready to go. It pressurizes everything in the trailer. Now if you happen to go to a campground that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill your onboard water tank by moving to this position here. You see it, if you look at the diagram, it'll tell you that's for tank fill. Then you can use the water pump either out here or the switch inside to pump your water. So no matter what, you've got a way to use your plumbing, even if there's not plumbing on the campsite. Also, this is just a sprayer here. It comes with a blue coiled sprayer that you can use to hose things down, bicycles, kids, dogs, feet, whatever you want to hose down. Alright, so these are your dump valves down here. Okay, that's your gray, obviously, it's got the gray handle, and that one there is your black. Okay, so the black is toilet water and waste, the gray is sink and shower water. So when you put your hose on here and put the other end of the dump station, you're going to pull the black valve first. Now there's water in here, so I'm going to go ahead and dump it because we've been water testing it here just so you can see. So you pull the gray valve right like that. Okay, now you're going to dump the gray second because it's cleaner water than the black water. It's that simple. But after you dump the black tank, you can come up here and hook your hose up right here. Okay. You can see on the sticker says always make sure the valve's open before you turn on the water. But you'll hook it up here, turn on the water, and it'll actually spray the inside of your black tank out. So it cleans off your sensors and everything. Just make sure the valve is open when you turn on the water. Okay. This you got a 30-foot, 30-amp cord. All right. You have a ladder back here, which is a good thing because you have to go up there and inspect your roof at least 3 times a season. All trailers are the same in that sense. You got it. Part of owning it is inspecting the seals on it. So you go up there in the spring, you go up there in the fall, once in the middle of the summer, and make sure there's no separation or cracking starting anywhere. If you see anything, you get it taken care of. But it's important to inspect the trailer. Okay, so we go inside here. Okay, so this is your control panel here. To light your water heaters right here. to turn on your water pump is right here. We spoke about that. Also, check your battery is charged. Your fresh water has still got a third full, but we're testing it. I just dumped the blank so it's empty. As it fills, it goes up in 1/3 increments. It'll light up until it's full. Gray has got a third in there. So once you get past 2/3, you're going to have to think about dumping your tanks, of course. Your awning, to extend it and retract it right here. Very simple. You just send it out till you can see the awning tube. It goes out 8 feet. Just keep in mind, you never leave your awning out unattended. So if you're not going to be at the campground, you come on, you roll it in, and just don't leave it out because the wind can damage it in just a split second if you're not there to roll it in if the wind whips up. Your slide out is right here, your controller, in and out. In, of course. Out. Okay. When I turn around, your refrigerator is right here. If you light it on gas, it's just like that. You put it on auto. Auto means, or I'm sorry, on electricity. Auto means electricity. So the reason they call it auto is because it'll automatically seek out 110 AC. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas, right? If you're using power during the day, and let's say you leave and you go into town, but you have a power failure at the campsite, it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil your food. So that's why you choose auto. You can also choose gas by going like that. You can pull it down the road like that if you choose to. It's up to you, but auto is generally where you're going to have it. The other thing to know about this is that the this thing's called a thermistor. You see the wire going up into that clip there? It's just clipped inside there. You can pull it right out, but it's called a thermistor. The higher you go with it, the cooler it is in the refrigerator. You can see there's a sticker there telling you that. So you're just going to have it up as high as you can get it and just leave it there almost always. I mean, if it starts to frost up, if it's cold outside or something, you can back it down, but generally speaking, it's going to be up all the way. This is the sprayer I told you about right here. Quick connect. All right. This device down here is your power converter. It converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC or over to 12 volt DC. So you see you got regular household type circuit breakers here and they're labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. You see you got 12 volt fuses here. If any of these fuses were to blow, it'll actually light up and you can see it through this perforation here. Okay. Also, when you're plugged in to shore power, this will always keep your battery charged too, so it's a battery charger. Also, this is a carbon monoxide and LP gas detector here. It should always be green as it is. I'll set it off so you can hear it. Those are 2 self-tests here, another one coming up. Okay, if this light comes on is propane, if the red light over here comes on is carbon monoxide buildup. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, open the door, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. All right. Also, if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you that your battery is low. Its main function is to warn you of a carbon monoxide buildup or LP gas leak. Make sure it's always green like that. If not, you want to get it serviced. Okay? All right. Okay, so here we go. The range is the gas is off right now, but there might be a little in the system to show you how it lights. Here, let me see. You turn this clockwise. There you go. It's just burning the gas that's in the line right now because I had the tank shut off for doing a leak down test on it. So you light each burner like that. When it comes to the oven, let me see what we got here. I want to make sure. This one you have to light with a lighter. So you can see down here, all the way to the back, there's a pilot light. So use a grill lighter. So you go to the oven knob, you turn it to pilot, you depress it and hold it in. Then with the other hand you take your lighter and you light that pilot light, all the while still holding this in. So you hold it in. After the pilot light you're still holding it in. You keep it in for another 10 or 15 seconds while it heats up. And then you'll go to operating temperature and it'll cycle on and off like an oven does. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out of course, but so does the pilot light. So you got to relight the pilot light each time. This is the range that I told you about. Remember to open the baffle if you're going to use the fan. Microwave works like any other microwave. I don't see the dish in there. I'll make a note of that. Make sure it's in there for you. Okay. Now, the one thing you have to remember, I left these panels off so you can see, you have to bypass the water heater before you winterize. That's done right here. These are your bypass valves. This particular trailer has 3 of them. You can see them. One there on the blue line, the in and out of the red one, and then this line in the middle is the bypass. So basically, right now this is set. If the handles are parallel with the line, that means it's open. So this valve's open, the blue valve is open, this bypass line valve is closed. So right now it's a normal camping mode. Before you pump any antifreeze in, you switch these. You close the valves going in and out of the water heater, the blue one and the red one. Then you would open this bypass line. Therefore, the antifreeze, when it's being pumped in, can't get into the water heater. So it just goes through this bypass line and bypasses it. That's called bypass mode. You do that because you can't get antifreeze into the water heater tank. It leaves a foul taste and a bad smell that won't go away. So keep in mind you have to bypass your water heater. And down here, there's a winterizing kit in this one. Let me get down so I can see it here. You can see this hose here. Let me back up a bit so you can see it. You would take this and put it into a gallon of antifreeze. Just put it right down into a gallon of antifreeze. Then you would switch the valves in there. They're hard to see at the back, but there's 2 valves. You would switch them. You would open this valve right here, the valve that goes to this line here, right? Then, like I said, this goes into a gallon of antifreeze. You turn on the pump and you would actually suck the antifreeze right out of the bottle through this line into the system. Okay? Just keep in mind that if you put the valve in that position so it draws through the line, it can't draw from the fresh water tank. So when you're ready to do regular camping, you have to switch this valve down here back, closing this line off and opening the line to the fresh water tank below, and then it would be a normal camping mode. So you may know all this, you may not. I'm not sure obviously your level of camping experience, but keep in mind this is where it's winterized, and you can, if you want to learn to do it yourself, if you don't already know, you can educate yourself. It's all basic, simple stuff, but this is where it all happens, okay? All right. This is your furnace here, just so you know. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so this is just your radio, and you can stream off the USB. You can hook up with Bluetooth, the usual stuff. Your thermostat all the way to the right is off. This is for your furnace. Once you click it over, it'll turn it on, and then you've got a lever down here to set the temperature. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Air conditioner, the valves are on the the switches are on the air conditioner. There's no heat strip in this, so keep in mind they'll sometimes say that it has potential to have heat in it. That's only if you had a heat strip. You never see them. They're very inefficient, and you've got a furnace in here, so you don't really need one. Alright, so the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. This plug here is a GFCI. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through this one, even the one on the outside. So if you're using a coffee pot outside or something that blows, you always reset it here. Always use your vent fan when you're using the shower, because you want to pull the humidity out. And you can't use the toilet dry or without a chemical. This is your pedal here. So I'm just going to show you here. Let me go see if let me turn your water pump on, because there is water in the tank. Alright, so now it's pressurized. So now even though I'm not hooked up to city water, I've got water in the tank. So you can see it works just like normal. So, the first thing you do after you hook up your water and your power, you get to the campsite, you hook up your water and power, you come in here, you take your chemical, whichever chemical you're going to use, you throw it in there, whatever one dose is, then you step on the pedal, and you put about a gallon of water in the tank. There's no way to tell exactly what a gallon is, you just use common sense till you got about a gallon in there, and you're all set. The thing is, like I said, you can't use it without water or chemical in it. You got to do that ahead of time. Also, you can see it defaults, it flushes it after you flush it, it defaults to about that full. But if you want to add water, there's a spot here before the trap opens. You just push it down a little bit, like so. And you can fill it as full as you want before you use it. Okay, so you just have to do that each time before you use it. Okay, all right, so I think we've got everything here. Let me look around to see if I've missed anything. Of course, your table is, you can set it up as needed. You got some storage under the bed. Your emergency window, if you have to escape, it's very simple. You're just going to go like this, push it all the way through, then grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape that way, okay? Alright, so, okay, also, hear me, also again, this couch jackknifes flat here, so you can use it as a bed also, okay? Alright, well, thanks for purchasing a trailer at National RV Detroit. Remember what I said about bypassing the water heater and drawing the antifreeze in through the water pump? Also, you have to inspect your roof. Every trailer owner has to inspect the roof. That's part of owning one, so make sure you get up there at least 3 times a season just to keep an eye on it. Odds are you won't have to do anything for a long time, but you just want to take a look at it to make sure, because these are hand built, and they do flex down the road, so you just sort of have to keep an eye on them, okay? Thank you very much, and make sure you plan ahead and do a lot of camping. Thank you.